Hi, hello, how are you? Good morning, happy Monday. At first I have stuff on my lip because I think I might be getting a cold sore. I think that's why I was feeling so bad last week, and sometimes that happens. I either just get like sick or I get a cold sore, and I haven't had one in a really long time because as soon as hi Marcy, can you see her right here? As soon as I start to feel like the tingling or the itching, I put the Carmex cold sore stuff on. So I put that on this morning and it really helps. So if you get them as soon as you start feeling that tingling, just put this stuff on. And I haven't had a cold sore in over like a year, which is really good because when my boyfriend and I first started dating, I was getting them like every 3 or 4 months because he also gets them. And I think because we've been using this like preventatively, it's been really helping. Anyways, I wasn't sure if I was going to even vlog this week because I don't know how much reading I'm going to be doing. I have a lot of knitting to do, and I also have to spend the next couple of days editing last week's footage. Speaking of knitting, this is the blanket that I finished. I took some like nice pictures because I'm considering putting them on Etsy. I'm getting a lot better at knitting, a lot quicker, and I'm learning a lot of new patterns. And my sister is kind of like starting a press-on nail business. These are the nails that she made for me, and she posted them on this like military moms Facebook group that she's a part of, where she lives in Hawaii. And she got 5 orders from women that live in her area, and I was like showing her like the blanket that I just finished knitting, and she was like, you should post it too. And I was like, okay, maybe. Like, it's just kind of difficult because I haven't done a ton of blankets like completely, so I don't really have a lot to show. Although I am going to be making 3 blankets that are all different patterns. And I was looking on Etsy last night, and you can just say that like you can change the colorways. Like, people could just email me and say like, these are the colors that I want, and I will, you know, go and get them. So I'm considering it. I took some fancy pictures and I'm thinking about putting them on Etsy, but probably waiting until next year when I have finished all the blankets and, you know, taken nice photos and stuff. And plus, if I got an order, I just could not, I don't have the time to do a 4th blanket right now. Reading wise, I haven't done any reading. I really don't know if I'm going to do a lot this week, but we are going to go get our Christmas tree this year. This weekend, and this year we are going to go where they have like fresh trees. Normally we just go to like Home Depot and pick one up, but my boyfriend wanted to go get a fresh one, and we do have 2 tree farms within like 15 minutes of us. So I was like, we'll go and look at those places, and if we don't find anything, then we'll just go to Home Depot afterwards. And I want to vlog that, so this week might just be more like time-lapsey things of me knitting or with Marcy at the dog park, and then us at the Christmas tree farm. So who knows, but I just wanted to say hello and start off this vlog. It's such a like gloomy, gross day that I think we're probably not gonna go to the park. We'll see. It depends on how she is, but I'm just working right now trying to drink a lot of water. I had a very, very bad migraine last night. One of the worst ones I've had in a while, where like I was sweating even though it was so cold. I had thrown up some of the ice cream that I'd eaten after dinner, and my head just hurt so bad that I was like on the verge of tears. I just felt awful. My eyes also do this thing where so we were watching TV and they were shaking back and forth, and it took me like a good 5 minutes to get them to stop, and I looked it up, and I guess it's like a thing that I should go see a neurologist about, but it doesn't happen that often, so maybe I won't. And I genuinely thought that I was gonna have to call off today, which I didn't want to do because I just have so much stuff to do this week. But I'm feeling so much better, which is great. So I'm going to get back to work, and I will update you guys later. Good morning, happy Tuesday. I was gonna say Wednesday. I'm so tired today. I don't know why. I have a chai tea in one of my Starbucks cups. It actually has caffeine in it this time. I was too lazy on Sunday to go to Target to get the decaf. And the grocery store by my house sells just like regular caffeinated, so I got that and I am very grateful for it today because I definitely need caffeine. I didn't stay up too late last night. I finished reading at about 9:45. A pimple on my chin that is making my chin look pointed. Anyways, so I was asleep by like 10 o'clock, which still means I got like 9.5 hours of sleep. But I'm tired today and I'm doing very repetitive things for work. I am sending out a letter with like a document attached to it to families that we need to sign, and I'm just clearing, typing in the name, clearing, typing in the name, clearing, typing in the name, sending them out over and over and over again. And it's feeling very mundane and I'm feeling very, very tired for some reason. I did do some reading last night, which is why I stayed up a little bit later than normal. I am like 160 pages in, I believe, to Hollowpox. And it's just so interesting. So we are finally getting to learn more about what a Wondersmith used to be like before they were all kind of like gotten rid of. And like I said, it's just so interesting. They have people called Tempests. So apparently anybody can learn some of the wondrous arts, but not everybody can be a Wondersmith. And so some people learn the Tempest arts and they can almost like freeze moments in time that you can revisit over and over again. So it's like if a teacher in the wondrous arts was teaching a certain lesson they thought was important, they could almost like screen grab that moment and then they would write it down in a book and they would say like from 3:02 to 3:36. And so sometimes it only happens once a year that you can revisit this moment. Sometimes it's every day. So if it's an everyday one, you can go back to that moment at that exact time and this like wisp kind of like shows up in the air, which you step through, and it allows you to revisit that moment in time. So that's how Morgan is getting to learn how to be a Wondersmith. She's stepping through these like portals of sorts and learning how to be a Wondersmith from professors years ago, which I just thought was so fascinating. And we had another like Wunimal, and Wunimals are like human animal hybrids, who seems to be giving into their like animal characteristics more. I think it has something to do with Ezra. I think he's bewitching them somehow to attack Morgan and bring her to him. I'm not really sure what it is. But to me it's sad that some people already don't like Wunimals. They think because they're not completely human or completely animal that they're really not supposed to be part of their society, so this is just going to make it worse. But she ended up getting attacked. She got this like huge like claw mark on her leg. She did manage to escape the one bear one. It was a bear, but like a half hybrid. And I wanted to keep reading last night, but I was so tired. And I'm already getting a headache for some reason. I don't understand why. It's super gloomy today, so I don't know if we're going to the DOGPARK. I'm spelling it because she's laying right next to me. It's a little bit sunny right now. It just keeps coming and going, but it's so cold. I just don't want to go, but then she gets crazy and my boyfriend can't walk her because he doesn't get home until really late, so I don't know. I just feel very tired today, and I very much just want to crawl into bed and go back to sleep, but I can't. So there's that. I'm like 7 or 8 rows into the new blanket that I'm working on. I'm hoping to start on like the second pattern tonight, so it's like alternating patterns, but we'll see. Good morning, happy Wednesday. It's another gross and gloomy day. I'm gonna have to take her to the DOGPARK today, and it's just gonna be flippin' cold outside, which I'm not looking forward to. I just got back from the dentist. It was like a consultation appointment to talk about filling my front tooth that chipped, possibly shaving this one down, and cleaning my retainer, my permanent retainer on the bottom, and possibly having it removed. I'm having some issues with my gums because of how quickly the plaque builds up with my permanent retainer. So it's like infecting my gums. So I might just have to have it removed, but then I'm worried about shifting. So I did ask about like a Invisalign kind of retainer, like a plastic one, but I think I'd have to go to an orthodontist for that. And so it's been a long morning. Marcy is like crazy sniffing on me right now. She's good. You got goopy eyes. Definitely needs to be taken to the park to run around today because she has been super naughty for the last few days. She's pushing on my chair and like getting into whatever little space she can get into. She smells, I'm getting pizza right now, and she smells it. It's like 10:30 in the morning, by the way. So having pizza right now is not a good idea. This is her spot, like along her back. I am on page 230 of Hollowpox. Still really enjoying it. I don't have a ton to say right now. We are just learning more about Nevermore, and I'm really, I don't know. It's hard to, you can see her tail. It's hard to put all my thoughts into words while also trying to scratch her. So I'll probably update you guys later. Oh my god. So we've just gotten back from the dog park. I've got a Starbucks. I have been obsessed with the double chocolatey chip frappuccinos this week, like last week also, I think because of my period, but I just really wanted another one. But I just wanted to come on here and say that Marceline, yes you, knocked over a child. When we first got there, there was a girl and she had 2 dogs and they left. And then this couple came with their German Shepherd who was probably only about 2 or 3 years old. So cute. Her little ears are sticking straight up. She was so fluffy. And Marcy just, I don't think that she realizes how big of a dog she is, and was just like walloping the dog, like running into it. And they had a kid with them who was probably about a year and a half old. And I saw it, I knew it was going to happen. I watched the dad put his son down and I saw Marcy run over and I was like, no! And screamed at her and took off running. Nobody got there in time. And I literally watched this poor child's body fly back 3 feet like he was a doll. And he started crying and I just felt so bad. Like yelling at Marcy, grabbed her by her collar, dragged her over to where I was, made her sit down, and I was telling the parents, I was like, I am so sorry. Like, I didn't know that you were going to put your son down. Like, not trying to blame it on them, but just that I was so sorry. And they're like, no, it's okay. Like, he's normally not this sensitive. Like, she knocks him down all the time. He just woke up from a nap. And even their dog was being, like, weirdly possessive of, like, the mom there. But I just, felt so bad. And he looked so grumpy while his dad was holding him after that. And I just have never been so embarrassed in my life. Hello, still Wednesday, but it is a bit later. And I forgot to update you guys on something. First of all, I got new PJs. Last week was rough for me, like health-wise, and today and yesterday have been really rough work-wise. I like, from the minute that I start at 7:30 to the minute that I'm done at 5 o'clock has just been so full-on that I'm so tired. And my boyfriend is going to a brewery with some of his coworkers. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit on the couch. I'm watching this most recent season of the Great British Bake Off. My nails match my pajamas. I'm knitting and playing games on my phone. And I realized that I have started reading something else that I didn't update you guys on. So I got approved for 2 books on NetGalley. One is Crown of Bones, which I haven't started yet. But I have started The Once and Future Queen, and I am 9% of the way in. So it says 874 pages. I'm assuming it's like half of that. So whatever 9% of that is. But I have started reading that. I'm really enjoying it. It's not sci-fi, but it's futuristic. So it's set in this like future society. They call themselves the Romans though. And they're like in their own sort of little bubble. They don't really communicate with the outside world. They have super advanced technology. And for the people that live in their city, you have to take classes to become a citizen. And there are some families who are part of the elite. Their children take the classes just as like for presentation purposes, so that other people in their society see that they're taking the classes. But because of their status, they are automatically going to be accepted as citizens. But they are very highly scrutinized and like watched. And they really have to like uphold their family name. So I don't know what the main character's name is. We have a female and a male, and they have a class together where they're doing like civics, whatever. And the guy that's in her class, she's had classes with him pretty much all her life, but she's never truly noticed him until they like bump into each other and there's a spark. But she also notices that there is some illegal tech in his pocket. They don't use really any like old technology. It's almost, I think it's illegal in their, I said illegal tech, it's banned in their society. And these like stormtrooper police guys come into the classroom after they've all been seated, and they call him up, and as he's getting ready to be taken away, she just slips her hand into his pocket and takes the device away so that it won't be on him when he goes. And I just thought that was really interesting. And now they're at this like arena. We haven't heard from him since then, but they're at this arena where you like publicly witness people's punishments and trials. So they get brought into the sands. It's basically like a coliseum, and they get brought down, and they can either state whether they're guilty or innocent, or they can have the crowd decide. It's very like gladiator Romans. It's very interesting. I'm not that far in. I read a bit while I was at the dog park today, and I just kind of randomly pick it up when I'm waiting in line and don't have a book with me, or like out where it's that is acceptable for me to be reading. But I thought I would update you guys on that because I kind of forgot about it. From my couch. I feel like I'm always either filming at my desk, on the couch, or in the car, because I really don't do a lot these days. But I did just do a little bit of post-work shopping. I went to Michael's and got some really cute wrapping papers. They were buy one, get one free, and we are always scrambling when we are wrapping presents to use like the last bits of wrapping paper that we have, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy a bunch so that doesn't happen. I also got some more yarn. I got some of this chunky yarn, which is so trendy on TikTok for girls to make these like huge knitted blankets. And the girl that I got for Secret Santa, who I'm like giving a gift to, Yvonne, really likes these like, she really likes this color pink, and she likes soft blankets, and that's what she put on there. And I was like, that's perfect. I want to make one of these. I want to be able to take pictures. So if I want to start an Etsy account next year, I will already have a picture of this. So I got 3 skeins of this, which is like 3 of these, to make her a blanket. I got more green yarn for the blanket that I'm currently working on. And then I went to Barnes & Noble to pick up some books. I got a copy of Kingdom of the Wicked, which yes, I have already read and I absolutely loved, but I don't have a physical copy, and I just love this like white and purple and gold copy. It is just, I just had a weird focusing issue with my camera, but I love this. And then I also got a copy of Igniting Darkness by Robin Lefevers. I read, so this is Igniting Darkness. The first book is Courting Darkness, which I read at the beginning of this year, I believe, and it was so good. The like gods that they pray to, and the fact that women are assassins, and that they're spying on the British and the French kingdom and pretending to be like fair ladies, all the while like could literally kill a man in 1,000 ways. I just loved. This is the cover for Courting Darkness, and so this one is Igniting Darkness, and I love the contrast between the two of them. So I picked this up, and then because I spent more than $50, I donated a book to a child in need. I got this book journal, which I don't really know what I would use it for, but it came with it. It is lined. I might use it for something for work. I do feel like I write down a lot of notes for work, just like randomly when I talk to my boss, so this would be good for something like that. And now I am home. I do have work tomorrow, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm gonna cook dinner. I am just so tired. I feel like that's been the theme of the last 2 weeks, how tired I am. So I'm going to relax on the couch for a bit. My boyfriend should be getting off of work soon, and we will just kind of figure out what to do for dinner when he gets here. So good morning, happy Sunday. I am currently in line at Starbucks. I need to get something to drink and probably to eat because I'm gonna spend pretty much the rest of the day Christmas shopping. My boyfriend and I discussed what we're getting for everybody, and I know exactly which stores to go to, so I'm hoping it doesn't take that long because I've got a headache. I think while we were out yesterday at the Christmas tree farm, I just didn't drink enough water. I don't think I had any water at all yesterday. So I just have a few gifts to get. We are changing things up and getting a Graco baby swing for his sister and her husband. They don't have one, and I think it's something that is like super useful. That's what we got for my sister when she had her baby, and my niece absolutely loved it and just recently stopped using it, and she's almost 2. And Jade is just, she holds the baby all day. I'm sorry if this lighting is really bad. She holds the baby all day, and she's going to start working soon, so she needs to be able to like put the baby down and have her be quiet so that she can work. She's not starting until next year, but it's still necessary, and why not get it for her for Christmas if it's something that she really needs. But because it's a little more expensive, it is going to be like a joint gift for her and her husband instead of us getting them individual gifts. And then I have to get something for his mom. We've got it all planned out. So I'm at Starbucks getting something to fuel me through the rest of the day. Reading wise, I did read a little bit more of A Once and Future Queen, and I brought my headphones with me today to try and listen to more of Finale. I'm hoping I might be able to finish that today, but I don't know how far in I am. But I really want to finish it because Stephanie Garber, the author, just announced that she is doing a book that's surrounding Jack of Hearts, which is a character that we get introduced to in Legendary. In Legendary, the second book. And I absolutely love him. I really ship him and Tella. I haven't finished Finale, so I don't know who she ends up with. I'm assuming it's going to be Legend/Dante. But I'm holding out hope that maybe she will see that Jack is a little bit better for her. I'm not really sure. We'll see how he turns out to be in this book. But those are my plans for today. Christmas shopping. I'm probably gonna get myself some food later on. But I definitely need Starbucks now to prep me for today.